So section 5, dividing decimals by whole numbers. Do you remember the parts of a division problem? So like if I draw this thing here, what goes underneath? The bigger number. Okay, but we're going to go away from that. We're going to use the dividend. And when you have a division problem, that's like the dividend is the first number. And then the other one is the divisor. So that's just kind of a reminder piece there. Dividend divided by divisor. And you guys are always used to saying the bigger number goes there. But today we're going to find out that's not always true. It's the dividend always goes there. Okay? So you're going to set this up when you're dividing decimals. You're going to set it up as a long division problem. Long division problem. Then you're going to look at your division problem. So you're going to have a number underneath and a number on the outside, your dividend and your divisor. You're going to place a decimal point in the part on top that's like our answer, right? Or another name for that is quotient. We're going to place our decimal point in the answer, okay, directly above the decimal point in the dividend. Decimal point in the answer, and we could say quotient there if we wanted, but we'll say answer directly above the decimal point in the dividend. Does that part make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then divide as you would with normal numbers. And by normal, I mean numbers without decimals. Okay, we're just going to use the word normal to make it easy to remember. So let's do the first step here. Set up as a long division problem. So I've got my division here. 0.75 divided by 5.
Can we do it?
Step 2 says take the decimal point and bring it straight up into the answer spot. That's where your decimal point is going to be. Then divide as normal. So just like the decimal points are not there anymore. So 5, does it go into 0?
No. 0 times.
So it goes 0 times there. So you can put a 0 there. Then you're going to look, does 5 fit into 7?
Yes. Once.
Yes, 1 time. So now we have to do some subtraction. 7 minus 5 is?
2.
2. Bring the 5 down.
And then it goes into 25 times.
Does 5 fit into 25?
Yeah. 5 times.
5 times. So my answer, because I've got 25 here,
Yep.
subtract, I get 0, is 0.15.
Are we doing remainders?
Great question. We are no longer going to have remainders.
Yeah.
None of these answers today will have any remainder, and they will have no fraction answer. You will always get to the end decimal. Okay? There is one problem in your homework that I'm going to show you how to do in a little bit to make it so you can always keep going and get to an end decimal. All right. Let's try one more here. So set it up as a division problem. 2.52 divided by 3.
Are we allowed to use calculators on this?
Nope. Decimal point straight up. Does 3 fit into 2? No, so put a 0 there. Does 3 fit into 25?
Yes.
How many times?
7 times.
It fits 7, but it also fits 8 times. Because 3 times 8 is 24. 25 minus 24? 1. Bring your 2 down. Does 3 fit into 12? 4 times.
What? How did you get the 2?
So the 2 came from right here.
You bring the 2
I'm bringing the 2 down. The 4, 3 times 8 gives me 24. The 8 was, how many times does 3 fit into 25 evenly? Fits 8 times, which is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. Please take your time, write neatly, put your numbers right on top of each other so that when you get to your answer, and then when you write your answer, you can write 0.84 and circle that answer. Okay, so we know exactly where. So when you check your answers, you know, hey, this was my problem, this was my answer. You will have some in here that look like this. They say evaluate something. So evaluate 0.435 divided by x for each given value of x. So if x is 3, we could rewrite that as 0.435 divided by 3. Everybody see how I got that? So x is going to be 3, and here's an x right here. So I'm just replacing x and 3, substituting. Okay? So now we write it as a long division problem. 0.435 divided by 3. Bring your decimal up. 3 into 0?
Wait, what?
0 times. 3 into 4?
1 time.
1 time. Bring this 3 down. 3 into 13?
12, not 1, bring 5 down. That would
3 into 15?
5.
5 times.
4. 5. 9. I'm gonna fry you. What if the number doesn't fit in any of them? Then you bring down all. Then you
So-
bring down the digits and end to 0.
We'll do it in a second. I'll do an extra example at the end, okay? So what would my next division problem be?
I know how to do.
To do.
It. I know how to do what Joey's question was. You're playing. Just add your.
1.435 divided by 3.
What?
Not divided by 3, divided by 15 this time. So this might answer your question a little bit. So does 15 fit into 0?
No.
No. Does 15 fit into 4?
No. We get 43.
So now what do you have? You're looking at the
35.
43 here. So does 15 fit into 43?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. How many times? 2 times.
How did you get 3?
3 times it'd have to be 45.
Oh, yeah.
So 43 minus 30 is 13. Bring down that 5. It's a hard one. So what do you think? Let's take a guess.
15 times 7.
Okay, let's do 15 times 7.
15 times 6.
15 times 7. So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. So we got 105. So it's got to be bigger than 7.
It's 9.
Let's try 9. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 1 plus 4 is 13. So yes. So 9 times. So our final answer is 0.029. Are we seeing how we're doing these?
Yeah.
So it's basically long division. We're just moving that decimal out of our way. So now you might run into a story problem. Emily and 2 of her friends are making pottery using clay, glaze, and paint. The materials cost $11.61. If they share the cost equally, how much should each person pay?
What?
What's your question?
Oh, no, I do it.
Okay, what would you do?
2 is your dividend. Divider, yeah. Yeah.
Divisor?
And then
3 divided by 3. Yeah.
So I'm hearing 2 and I'm hearing 3.
There's 2. There's 3. 3. Emily
Emily and 2 of her friends.
Emily and 2 friends.
Oh, yeah.
So we have 3 people?
Divided by
3 people?
11.
And that's $11.61. So I got to do 11.61 divided by 3.
Yep.
Okay. So my decimal goes straight up.
What the heck? That's the bell. What's that for?
All right, does 3 fit into 11?
Specific.
Yes, it fits in 3 times.
Wait, why'd you put a 0?
Because it doesn't fit into 1.
Yeah.
Now 11 minus 9 is 2. Bring down your 6. Does 3 fit into 26?
Yes. 8.
8 times.
9?
9 would be 27.
Oh.
I got the answer.
Does 3 fit into 21?
7 times.
7 times. So we have 3.87. And we're talking money, so it'd be a good idea to put a dollar sign there.
And then if you want, you can do 387 times 3 and see if you got the same answer. If you got the answer correct, then it would
Yes,
add up to
you could.
160.
All right, I want to give one more problem for you that will help you, I think, understand what to do. So, let's think about this one. If we have the problem of um, 22.
Sorry, are those yours?
Nope, not 22.
What? Those yours? Yeah, I brought them. What? Did you lose yours? Yeah.
5.38 divided by 4. Okay, let's do this one real quick. Does 4 fit into 5? One time. Bring down the 3. Does 4 fit into 13?
No.
3 times. Does 4 fit into 18?
Yes. 4 times. 400 million times, John.
4 times.
Equals 16.
So notice there's this 2 here. In a division problem like this, when you have decimals, this number 5.38, is that the same number as 5.380?
No. Yeah.
It's the same. What about 5.3800?
Yes.
I can add as many zeros to the right as I want. So here, if I add a 0 here, and I now bring that down, I've not changed my original number, but now I've got this 4 fit into 20. Fits in there 5 times. Now I have no remainder. So my final answer is 1.345.
Why does math look like that?
So when dividing with decimals, you can add zeros on to the right of the decimal place and it doesn't change the number. There's one problem, it's number 21, that you'll have to add 1 0 on the end. Every other problem should have the right number of numbers in the original problem.
How many problems
Okay?
are we